You tuned into the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. Doing a late night video before I hit the bed. I got an assignment that I have to do, and got a couple of things I need to wrap up. I'm doing we had to read that book Push, which was made into the movie Precious, and so I had to read the whole book, which I did. I finished Friday, and then we have to do an analysis on ego function and super ego and all that kind of stuff, and apply that to Precious's situation in the book. The book is, far more graphic than the movie. The movie was very graphic, in my opinion. Anyway, the part that I have to do, I'm doing it with two other ladies, and my part is denial. I have to apply denial, which is a defense mechanism, which it's part of your ego function. And your ego is who you are, and who you are in reality, and who you are in your conscious. And I have to do introjection, which is a defense mechanism, whereas your super ego regulates your ego function. And basically what that is your super ego is like it's like that voice telling you you shouldn't do something. And usually we get that from our parents or whoever raised us. So we get that from the parental aspects of our childhood. And I mean, for me, it's my dad and my mom. So just something to think about on the mental health tip. This video is a response to a video that Miss Judi made. And I listened to your video. Somebody sent me the link to it, and I listened to your video, and I have to say, Miss Judi, you're telling the truth, but you're not telling the whole truth. And first of all, let's get something straight, Miss Judi. My show is not for everybody, and I never sat up here and cursed you out. What I did tell you, what was frustrating to me, is that you were attacking me. Okay? And I don't care how old you are. Now, you stated you were 70. My dad is a few years older than you. Okay? You're my parents' age. Okay? You have to understand, you're at a different developmental level and state, and mind state, as well as physical state, than 99.9% of my listeners. And as I told you on my show, when you called in on Blog Talk Radio on the Iceman Show, I stated to you then that my show is young black male oriented, or young men of color oriented. I have a lot of Hispanic brothers that listen to me, a lot of Caucasian brothers that listen to me, and I'm trying. These guys need help. Okay, the feminism has destroyed the American family. So you have left all these Caucasian, Hispanic, Asian, and black males, waiting out here in the waters of so many social ills that they haven't been prepared for. And I understand that you see some of my points, but at the same time, you still don't understand who my demographic is. My demographic is not 70-year-old black women. I mean, you're welcome to listen to my channel. I don't have a problem with that. But you can't come by my channel attacking the Iceman and then get mad because I delete your comments. It's just like this guy I always get a hater. Every 2 or 3 months, I get a hater coming by my videos trying to criticize because they're jealous. Okay? And, that's fine. This guy can do whatever he wants to do, but he's not going to do it on my channel. Okay? He's not going to leave greasy messages and then have some of my subscribers go in on it, because that's happened on many occasions. So that's one of the reasons I do wait to approve all messages left, all comments, because some of these guys come by here leaving all these Bible verses and scripture. Scriptures from the Bible, from King Victor Victoria version Bible. People. I get black women coming by making nasty ass remarks about my videos because they get mad that the Iceman is telling the truth about what's popping off on these streets. Okay? And you stated that somebody sent you a picture of me. Let me explain something to you, Miss Judi. I have never exposed my face on any of my videos. Now, there might be a video here and there where it might get a glimpse of me or whatever, but you got to understand something. And I mean, you said that, said something about you can see why I don't show my face. First of all, I'm not going to take that as an insult, and let me tell you why. First of all, I don't have any problems getting women. I have gotten much play from women your age trying to hit on me. So, look, I don't have no problems getting women. Most of the reason why I post a lot of these videos on women is because I get a lot of private messages to the Iceman email, the Yahoo account, telling me about their troubles dealing with women. And I don't expose any of their usernames. I don't expose their names. I might talk about some of their situations, but I may repackage their comments into maybe some type of situation that I have dealt with. That way I'm protecting their identity and providing confidentiality. I am in mental health. I do own a nonprofit organization that provides mental health services to a select clientele in our American population. And I have a lot of clients between here and the upper Midwest. We do a lot of good work. And I am proud of what I do. I'm proud of the services my company provides. I'm opening multiple offices. I provide mental health services to people who, in my opinion, are not getting the proper medical health treatment. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm doing, actually. So, you're getting caught up on me talking about monsters balls and using profane language. Again, my videos are not for your demographic. And you need to tell the sisters who have subscribed to your channel, who listen to your videos, you need to tell the whole truth to them. Hey, look, this guy drops a lot of knowledge. He may or may not be for you. He talks about a lot of hardcore stuff on there about dealing with women. I take offense to it, but you're younger, you may not. Okay? And I think you need to look, let me explain something to you, Miss Judi. You have acknowledged, even on my Blog Talk Radio, that a lot of these women are foul out here. And I'm quite sure you listened to these two videos that I posted about American men and their outdated dating techniques. It's not just like a brother, and I'm sorry, brother, I forgot. I don't remember your username, but a young brother came by and he said, "Ice, it ain't just us that's using outdated dating techniques in dating. It's these women as well." And he made a few points, but there's one point that stuck out in my mind. Is he pointed out that women show up on dates thinking they're supposed to get something for free. Now you stated now Miss Judi, you need to tell the truth. You need to tell the truth. Okay? Now you know damn good and well that we got some foul men and we got some foul women out here. Okay, we do agree on that, right? However, let me explain something to you. Again, my show, the demographic for my show are young American men under 40. Okay? So you have to understand something. Dating for them is totally different even for me. Because as I have stated on many of my videos, yes, I am comical with the way that I explain some of my social situations. However, one thing that I try to convey is that nothing is free on either side. Now you being unfair here, stating that you went in on me talking about the Iceman is expecting free rectum and free vagina. First of all, I have never said anything in my videos that was even close to me saying that I expect a woman to come over here and drain my monster's balls and give me fellatio, and I not even get up and cook her some salmon croquettes. Okay? I have never said that. Okay? And that I do take offense to, because I have never said that in any of my videos. And you know I got more than 400 videos on my channel, which definitely means that you can't pop by my channel, listen to one video and get mad, because there's other videos on here that state, and I'm paraphrasing myself here, that if you find a decent woman who is willing to meet you halfway and she is willing to earn your respect as a man, as a man in the situation, then you are to treat her with the utmost respect. You have heard, if you say you ain't never heard that in none of my videos, you're lying. And I don't want to just come out and call you a liar, but if that is the case, if that's what you're saying, then I'm sorry, with all due respect, you're not being honest here. Because I have more than one video on here that states you treat women with respect if they are due respect. See, that's one thing you're leaving out in your commentary on this video. You're leaving out the fact that most of these women are not worthy of respect. And you know this. You stated it yourself. I'm not going to sit up here and respect no hoe. And I'm not going to sit up here and respect some stank ass hoe. It's not going to happen. I respect ladies. And I haven't met too many ladies the last 20 years. Okay? That's just a fact, and that's a reality. I don't have problems getting women. I got women in, let me explain something to you, Miss Judi. I'm not trying to brag, but I got women in probably about 12 or 13 states, probably more than that I can go see right now if I wanted to. If I wanted to come to town and go get something to eat and go to a movie, these women would oblige if they're not at work or not, taking care of something for family. We could get together and do something. I have no problems getting women. But some of the men who listen to my videos are having problems dealing with women because they came from single female-headed households where their mothers didn't teach them a damn thing about how to deal with women. And you, Miss Judi, you got to understand something. Men should not expend any money on a first, second, or third date. Let me explain why. And let me explain if there's any expectations. Here's the expectation. If I meet you, Miss Judi, say you at a Barnes and Noble, and I meet you, and I say, "Ooh, I like how she look. Let me spit at her." And I come over to you and I say to you, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, that's a nice book. That book's pretty interesting. I read that." And then you had a response to me, and then you kind of gave me the vibe that you like how I look. Now, if you and I are now this is hypothetical, obviously. If you and I are exchanging in that manner, and most of you should know that most Barnes and Nobles have Starbucks attached to them. So in order for me to find out where your head is at, I would say to you, hey, if you got a minute, let's go. After you buy that book, let's go over here to Starbucks and sit down and talk to me for a minute. Now listen to me now. I'm not offering you a date. I'm not offering you a coffee. I'm not offering you a damn thing. Why? Because when a man comes out the pocket without him having a chance to check this woman out, he is basically reducing the situation down to tricking. Okay? It becomes a trick hoe situation. Now, I'm not calling our hypothetical situation and saying that you or another woman is a hoe. What I'm saying is when men expend free dinners and free drinks to a woman without getting some kind of background on this woman, at least if nothing else, sitting there watching her mannerisms, watching her nonverbal communication and her body language. And that's going to tell him whether or not it's proper for him after 10 minutes of sitting there talking, if he should buy you a cup of coffee or buy you a water, or to say, look, I got to run. Can I get your number? Maybe we can meet at, there's an art gallery down the street from my house. There's a young black sister who's an artist. Maybe you would like to come down here and check out her art. Okay? If you decide to meet me, then again, I'm expecting to get to know you. And I encourage all of my listeners, even the older guys, to take the time to get to know women before you start spending money on them. Why? Because it sends the wrong message to today's women, Miss Judi. Okay? And you know this. When a man starts coming out, it's not like it was back in the 60s and 70s when you were dating, or in the 70s and 80s when I was dating. Okay? Back then, a woman, if I met a sister at the mall or something like that, and I said, hey, when we was young, hey, babe, what's happening? Brothers came at women like that. But after you got that woman's number and you start talking on the phone, you broke it down. You start being who you really were. She started being who she really was. And she found out, hey, yeah, he's a young cat. He trying to spit at me, but he's a sincere guy. And most of the women that I dated back in the 80s were usually girlfriends. I had most of the women I've been with, I was in a relationship with these women. So for you to sit here and try to make me out to be I ain't saying you trying to make me out to be the devil, but you're not telling the whole story, man. You're not saying, yeah, he's got some videos where he's pretty vulgar and all of that, but he's got some videos that's kicking some real game for men and women. See, you're only looking at listening to my videos through your own lens, and I understand that because you're a generation ahead of me, and you see things differently. I'm not asking you to change that, whether you could or not. But what I am asking you to do is understand that the social dating scene today has changed. Men and women have to change with it. Women need to understand that from 30 years ago, Miss Judi, as you already know, women earned a man's respect. You can't do that if you're taking women to Shays Whitey 5-star restaurants. That just negates everything. Because now she's looking at him saying, oh, he a trick. And you can't tell me as a woman yourself who, in my mind, I don't know what you look like, but from the sound of your voice, you sound like you probably still well put together for a woman your age. Because I obviously, with most black women, I have black women in my family who are 72, 73 years old, and they can pass for 50. So I can tell in your voice that you're probably a very attractive 70-year-old woman. But at the same time, you got to understand that times have changed. We live in a trick hoe society. And a lot of women, even if they're not hoes, they got hoe tendencies. And those tendencies are what come out when a man reaches for his wallet on the first date. And if you listen to the last 4 or 5 videos that I've posted, Miss Judi, I have said unequivocally that the first 2 or 3 times you meet face to face with this woman, no money needs to change hands. Well, definitely not change your hand. You'll never give no woman no money at any time that ain't your wife or your baby mama. Okay, I have a rule. Okay, all 3 of my kids, as you stated, all 3 of my kids are by the same woman. I married her. That's when we had kids. Okay, now my ex-wife came from a female-headed ghetto situation. And the only reason why I didn't get rid of my wife the first year we were married is because sometimes I was deploying for a whole year at a time. If you have listened to my videos, you've leaving out the fact that I used to be in the Air Force. I am career Air Force. Okay, I spent a lot of time on the road in the military. And in that case, you got to leave your significant other, your dependent, alone. Okay? And my ex-wife did not handle business. And the sad thing about it, Miss Judi, there are a lot of black women like my ex-wife who are lazy, very intelligent, but lazy, and they're looking for a free ride based on their offering of vagina. And I'm sorry, Miss Judi, that makes a woman a whore. When all you bring to the table is vagina, and you think because you are sucking and sexing somebody that absolves you from any responsibility of cooking, cleaning, helping me keep the house clean, sharing your duties as a wife, as far as washing clothes and making sure the kids get the care that they need. My ex-wife wasn't doing that. Okay? Which is why we had a problem. And just like a lot of black women 30 and 40 and 50 years ago had to stay in bad marriages because of their children, that's the only reason why I stayed as long as I did. Because of my children. Okay? Because they had an inadequate mom. Okay? Just like when I talk to my sons periodically now, it's like, my son's like, well, when we get up in the morning, mom's still in bed. We got to fix our own food. And I told my son, you're almost a man. Yeah, she should be getting up off her lazy ass to fix you breakfast, but you're also almost grown. So I tell my sons, look, take this opportunity to man up. Don't worry about your mom. You do what you're supposed to do. Okay? And my sons get it. Okay? But Miss Judi, you got to tell, if you're going to tell the story about the Iceman and direct people to my channel, you need to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Don't just tell the part that's convenient. Okay? And that's the problem with black women in America specifically, and in general, American women. Y'all don't want to admit that a lot of this stuff that's going on wrong between male and female relations is your fault. But you're not you're not being honest. You going on my show talking about, yeah, I be checking these sisters. No, you don't. I looked at some of the pictures of the sisters who commented on that video, and all of them look like they had just finished a bucket of chicken. Okay? All them sisters was obese and greasy as hell. Greasy looking as hell. Okay? Hell, one of them looked like she was sweating fried chicken grease. Okay? These are the women who ain't getting men, Miss Judi. You know that. Come on now, stop playing. You know damn good and well most of the system, no reason why most black women can't get a man is because most of them are fat and they're nasty and they stink. Now you sitting up here criticizing me, talking about, well, ain't no woman going, go behind another woman and use them feminine products. That's not true, lady. That's not true. That Summer's Eve and that stuff I got under the sink, those women use that stuff. The ones that got some class. Now the ones that come over here and they go sit up here and screw all night, then get up and put their same clothes on from the night before. Yeah, they ain't nothing. Come on now. They ain't nothing but hoes. And they get treated accordingly. Okay? Like I said, I'm not going to treat a hoe like a housewife, Miss Judi. I think if you had any sons, I think you would be smart enough to tell your son, look, son, there's going to be some hoes out here. There's going to be some decent women. But today, son, there's going to be more hoes out there than anybody else. And you need to be on the lookout for hoes. Okay? That would be the message, the proper message that you should give your son if you had a son. My mom gave me that speech. My mom might not have used very much profane language, but my mom made it clear. She said, son, you need to know that there's some trick ass hoes out here on these streets. Okay? And just like the bitch next door, you need to be on the lookout for stank hoes. Okay? That was my mom's exact language. Okay? Like I said, I don't have a problem with you. I don't know why it is you think that I got a personal issue with you. I don't. But like I said, I even in Stank Antonio, I get a lot of women. Okay, I always have women trying to talk to me when I'm out. The problem is most of these women down here in Stank Antonio and in the Southwest period, most of these women down here have a warped sense of reality. Okay, because of this area. And there's a whole lot of schizophrenic delusion with most Southerners. Okay, these people have an identity issue. Okay, they have a seriously distorted view of reality in the South. Because they try to act like, oh, well, we're not racist, we're not hateful, we're not oppressive, but they're all of those things and more. And they try to play like they're not. Yet when I go back home to the upper Midwest, I don't deal with any of this nonsense. Women don't sit up here and try to play that cool shit like they do down here. If a woman is interested in me in Minneapolis, St. Paul, they make it known. Because them women ain't shit. It's cold as hell up there. Them women ain't got time to play around like these women down here being delusional. Okay, women in the Twin Cities, they like, look, I got to get a man over here because this body pillow ain't working. Okay? I don't, like I said, I'm on here to educate men. Now, if women can get some game from what the Iceman kicks, so be it. But and just to clarify something, Miss Judi, I plan to put my picture on the book I'm writing. Okay, it will be either on the back flap of the book or it'll be on the back of the book. It's not going to be on the front because I already know what I want on the front of the book. But the back of the book's going to have a small picture of me. I guarantee I will not get any complaints about my looks. Okay. Like I said, I don't have a problem getting women. Okay? And even though I'm 5'9", I'm probably about 190 pounds, I have no problems getting women like dudes that I know who are 6'1", 6'2". Okay? So, like I said, I have all the time I have women giving me play everywhere I go, no matter whether I go to the East Coast, West Coast, wherever. I can pull a female anywhere. Okay? Even in the ATL I can get down. I just don't want anybody in the ATL. Because the women I see in the ATL are just country and ignorant. And I can't deal with it. I've been with too many ignorant black women. I'm not going to be with no ignorant woman. Okay? But I'm not going to sit up here and spend no money on no woman just to buy her time. Okay? If I'm going to do that, I'm going to get a professional. Okay? I'm going to get a professional whore, a prostitute. Okay? So I think, Miss Judi, with all due respect, I think you need to be fair. And I don't feel you're being fair. And when I talk about the nastiness of black women's behavior, it's even though it's somewhat out of frustration, it's still out of love, because I'm telling the truth, and you know I'm telling the truth. Okay? It's just that your generation of women just don't want to hear it. Okay? I guarantee if I made a video about black women's lack of personal hygiene downstairs, I guarantee I get 100 responses from brothers. Okay? As well as my own. Because I can tell you on many occasions, I have had black women pull their drawers off and light my bedroom up. Okay? I don't know what these women are eating or what they're doing, whether they're washing their ass. I don't know what these women are doing. But I'm going to tell you right now, most black women stink. Their vaginas stink. It smells like something done crawled up in there and died. Okay? That is a huge turnoff. Okay? Nothing takes me to Limp City like a funky vagina. There's no excuse for it. Not with all the Walgreens and Walmarts and Super Targets that sell vaginal Monostat 7 and all this other stuff and Summer's Eve and Massengill douche. Okay, it don't make no sense these women stinking like that. Okay? Somebody smelling like a dead Civil War soldier between their legs. Okay, come on, man. So you got it, Miss Judi, you got to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth and stop holding back all the truth, because all you doing is distorting the truth for the folks who really need to hear it. Because let me explain something to you. If you go and listen to my last 2 or 3 videos, you ain't going to understand anything. Most of my videos are building blocks to the next video. They need to go and start from the first video and work their way back. Okay? And again, my show my show demographic are young American males. That's my demographic. And the book that I'm writing is the same thing. Now, the book is going to be totally different from the show. It's not going to be all that crazy shit in the book, because I'm talking to my reader from a mental health standpoint, from a self-help standpoint, and I'm trying to guide him into a direction where he can be a better man. First of all, I refuse to write a book or post videos telling men to take advantage of women. You will never hear me in any of my videos say, hey, go out here and mistreat women. Never. But what I have done is told guys, look, let a hoe be a hoe. Okay? Like my man Ice Cube said, let a hoe be a hoe. Okay? If she want to be a hoe, treat her like a hoe. And then had a bitch be out. Or if she's a lady and she's proven that she's a lady, then she can stick around. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for that woman. But don't sit up here and tell people I'm just on here just, wilding out, just saying all kind of crazy shit and talking crazy on these videos, because I'm not. Even the ones where I'm being comical. It's still, if you really are listening to what I'm saying and applying my videos to real life, you know damn good and well everything I say in these videos is true. Okay? If I'm lying, I'm flying. Okay? Now, I can't change what's out here on the social landscape, but what I can do is talk about it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have thousands upon thousands of men all over the world who either listen to Blog Talk Radio / The Iceman Show, or they listen to me on the Mad Voodoo Man channel here, or the Iceman Show channel. Okay? That is indication enough that I must be speaking to what these young men are dealing with. And these are men who are in the military stationed overseas, domestically, Some of these young men are in Europe. They're in Africa. I have some guys that listen to me from South Africa. I have people who listen to me, brothers from the UK. A lot of brothers from the UK check me out. I have a lot of brothers from Europe checking me out. So I have some South American cats checking me out. Okay, because this feminism problem is spreading all over the world, Miss Judy, and it's ruining male-female relations. Nobody wants a masculine female who's going to tell them what to do, because that makes a man think that, hey, this woman's got a penis. Men don't want to picture in their minds a woman being hyper aggressive and showing a penis. Okay, we don't like that. I like feminine women. Okay, I don't like women with penises, and that's what we get when we get women who buy into feminism. And most of these black women out here are husky as hell. They smell. They lie. They're dishonest. They'll have a baby with anybody, and then you want my listeners to wife up these skanks? It's not going to happen, Miss Judy. I'm not going to wife up no fat woman. First of all, I don't even date fat women. Okay? I don't date fat women. And I have the income not to do that. I don't date unattractive women. And yeah, I get hit on. And let me explain something to you, Miss Judy. Down here in the South, black women are ugly. They are ugly as hell down here. Why? Because these Southern black women have no class. Okay, I'm sorry. Only a handful of them do. Okay? Most of these women, especially in San Antonio, most of these black women here in the South are low-income baby mamas. You know that, and I know that. Okay? And come on, man, that stick to your own race crap, I don't do it. Black women have not earned the right for me to exclusively date black women. Now, some of these guys on YouTube and generation-x.net, a lot of these cats proclaiming they love for black women and talking about, I don't date outside my race. Hey, that's fine. There ain't nothing right or wrong about dating within or without outside of your race. I don't see anything wrong with it. Some of these brothers act like, it's a sin against God to date a woman outside of the black race. Let me explain something to you. Black women are fucking up royally right now. And I refuse to date black women until I meet one who has her head on right. And right now, I've met black women down here with master's degrees who are just as ignorant and ghetto as hell. And I'm not dating no ghetto wannabe gold digger. And Miss Judy, one thing you need to say to your female subscribers is you need to tell these black women to get off the materialism and get off the wannabe gold digger kick. Let me explain why. First of all, the only real gold diggers in this country are white women like Ivanka Trump. Okay? A gold digger, in my opinion, the definition of a gold digger is her. Okay? She got Bentleys, she got cars, she got a couple properties out of Donald Trump, and she got some cash. Okay, she got $20 million out of him. That's a gold digger. A black woman getting $500 a month for child support. Okay, that doesn't elevate her game at all. All that does is, if anything, children reduces a woman's game. Why? Because once a woman has a child out of wedlock, she loses value in the social dating scene. First of all, you know that as well as I do. You don't need the Iceman to tell you that. And she loses leverage with any other male suitors who come along after baby daddy. Okay? A woman with a child out of wedlock, a single female headed household, female in the dating scene is a turnoff. Why? Because nothing Being a baby mom and a single mom speaks to, I'm not a very good decision maker and I'm probably unbearable. Okay? Men are, Miss Judi, don't get mad, but men are waking up and they're listening to the Iceman and they're getting educated on no good American women. Okay? You don't have to accept that. That's fine. You've done all the dating you're going to do, marriage, that's all you're going to do. In fact, I don't know what you do. I shouldn't even be sitting here speculating. But let me just say this here. You need, if you're going to sit here and spit wisdom, you need to tell the whole truth. And you need to tell these women, check these women and say, look, I might not agree with everything this guy says, but he's telling the truth. Women are at their lowest value point at any other time in human history, Miss Judi. Okay, you don't need me to tell you that. The quality of women in America is in the toilet. And all I'm telling American men to do is understand and deal accordingly with these toilet women. And you need to protect your assets, you need to protect your liquid assets, and you need to protect your heart. And you need to protect your emotions, because you don't invest any emotions and no heart or nothing or your finances into a relationship without, first of all, this woman bringing an equal amount of liquid and real assets to the table, and secondly, that she respects you as a man and she's a decent lady. Now, if all those things line up and all the stars and all the quaaludes line up in the sky, then maybe this guy needs to look further into this woman to see where this relationship will go. Now, if he finds out this woman ain't nothing but a materialistic gold digger, then he needs to deal with her accordingly and dump her ass. Okay? I'm not telling men to wipe up skanks, and I'm never going to do that. So if that's what you're looking for the Iceman to do, it ain't going to happen. Okay? These women are looking for a dating safari at American men's expense, without them investing any emotions, without them even being emotionally or sexually available. Okay? Most of these women out here, Miss Judi, they got a boyfriend, a husband, a friend with benefits, or two out of three, 1 out of 3, or 3 out of 3. So when these women show up, all they're trying to do is get a free drink and a trying to get a free strawberry lemonade. Okay? This woman has no intentions of being this man's woman. And if that alone is reason for my male subscribers to dump these women, then let the chips fall where they may. You tuned into the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. Holla at your boy.